guys, welcome back to what I'm teaching this week. In this video, we're talking about 5th grade lessons. And originally my 5th graders, the plan was to get them onto the pianos, but honestly, we've had so much going on the last couple of weeks that most of the classes have not made it to the pianos because I only had them like 2 days out of the week or 3 days out of the week, or things got super wonky, or I had like 2 classes in my room the other day and I was like, well, that's not happening. So I'm gonna tell you how I want the lessons to go, and this is not entirely how they actually did go. But anyway, even if you don't have pianos in your room, you can still listen because that's not all we're doing. But what we are doing is we are starting on Monday with this game, Extra Beat, Take a Seat. This game is so much fun. Basically you have a rhythm and the kids have to play it a certain amount of times. And so we always start with down, down, up, down, down, up, and we'll do it 3 times. And then if you play an extra beat, then you are out. And we are doing it this time with rhythm sticks. And so we are sitting in a circle, and if they get out, then they push their sticks to the middle. This is one of my like go-tos for like when I just want something calm and something fun and something easy. So I was like, let's do something easy to just kind of get right off the bat. And this definitely fit the ticket. If they get that one, then we'll go on to level 2, which is always down, down, up, up, up. And then we don't usually have time for level 3, but level 3 is usually down, down, up, up, down, down, up, which is much more complicated. After that, then I have them go back to their seats, and I'm like, great, follow me. And I'll sing that a couple of times to get them getting that like melodic contour, and then I'll ask them which of the 4 lines is different. They'll say, oh, line 3, and I'm like, great. And then I'll sing it with the words, which obviously is hot cross buns, and have them sing it along with me. And I have like the little visuals that have hamburger buns, because you know they're in 5th grade and some of them think that buns are funny. So, you know, that's what we have. And then after that, I will have the kids come up with their own version of that. And so as a class, we'll just pick something different. And so we'll do 2 or 3 different versions. The other day they picked taco shells. So we did taco shells, lettuce, tomato, beef, and cheese, taco shells. And so we'll do a couple of different ones like that. And usually that's all we have because that game takes up a lot of time, actually, on Monday. Then on Tuesday, the kids come in, and we're starting with the song One Bottle of Pop, which is like a, which is like a camp type song. And it goes, 1 bottle of pop, 2 bottle of pop, 3 bottle of pop, 4 bottle of pop, 5 bottle of pop, 6 bottle of pop, 7 bottle of pop, pop. Don't throw your trash in my backyard, my backyard, my backyard. Don't throw your trash in my backyard, my backyard's full. Fish and chips and vinegar, vinegar, vinegar. Fish and chips and vinegar, vinegar, and pop. And so we'll do 1 verse at a time and go over it a couple of different times. I'll have them do the action, and they usually jump on pretty quickly. I find that with older kids, sometimes people ask me this, if your kids are reluctant to sing, one of the easiest things to do is to make it super silly, because then they'll want to do it because they think it's hilarious. After that, then we'll go over hot cross buns again. We'll go over the version that they came up with, and then I will go over the xylophone and we'll sing it while I play. And then I will split them up into groups. Actually, I let them pick their own groups because I have found that they really enjoy group work when they get to pick their own group. So they get into groups, and then each group member has to learn how to play hot cross buns, which usually takes, you know, 5-ish minutes. And so then we'll do it all together, where one person will do it, and then the next person will do it, and then the next person will do it. Usually they're in groups of 2 or 3, so that everyone gets it figured out. And then I hand out some papers that have the rhythm to hot cross buns, and the kids have to come up with a different version. So they have to pick different notes. Basically they're transposing, but they don't know how to transpose, so it's just kind of, you know, whatever they want to do. Some of them have decided to like flip it, so instead of going down, they'll go up, or, you know, whatever they want to do, and I'm fine with that, just as long as they, you know, kind of follow the pattern, it's cool. And this has been a really fun and easy way to get them kind of thinking outside the box and enjoying music a little more. I've talked before about how I'm really trying to incorporate more and more choice, more and more composition, more and more improv, and more of them getting to pick and group work and stuff like that. So that was a really big hit, and they really liked it when I let them play for each other. So if we have time, I'll have anyone who wants to come up, and they get to use like my xylophone, because I have like a big xylophone that's up on like a rolly thing, and usually I'm the only one who gets to touch it, and so I let them play on it. And that was really good practice for both performing and also for being an audience member and being kind to each other and all that kind of stuff. And they loved it. Actually, that's why we did it, because they were like, can we play for everybody else? And I was like, sure. So it was a great time. Then after that, on Wednesday, we're going over a bottle of pop again, and then we're doing it as a round. And then if we're able to, and then after that, we're doing hot cross buns again. And if we're able to, then we are going over to the keyboards. So I have a whole set of keyboards from back in like when I was in elementary school, and keyboards were like they were the ukuleles of, you know, when I was in elementary school. And so I have a whole set of them. They still work fine, and so and the kids love to use them. So I try to do it every year. I'm not good at teaching group piano. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm trying it, and I change everything every single time. So we are going to the pianos. I always show them first off like a picture, so we can kind of identify, you know, here's the on button, here's the volume, and kind of go through those kind of things. And then they'll come over, and I always teach them, we always start with the letter D, because D is in the doghouse. So the group of 2 makes a doghouse, and the one in between is the letter D. And then we say, okay, if this is D, then what's the next whatever? Oh, it's E. Great. And so that's how we start, is we just come over and we find D, and then we go from there. After that, then I'll have them put your first finger on D, and then we're gonna play hot cross buns. And so we'll try it. Usually it's a hot mess the first time. So I'm like, okay, these are the 3 notes you're playing, 5 minutes to figure it out. And they can usually figure out, okay, like hot cross buns, and they can usually pick it up pretty quickly, or at least one of them will. I have the keyboards that are split, so there's 2 on each one. So that actually helps, because they can kind of help each other with that. And then we'll play that together a couple of times. And then I have these little, they're from Little Kids Rock, which is a free website that has tons and tons and tons of pop music, where they incorporate pop music into teaching. And they have these little like chord charts that you can stick on the pianos, and it like colors the notes for the chord. So it's like major chord, and it'll show like, it'll have like a dark part on the notes that are the major chords. So like C, E, and G will be dark. And so then the kids can see, okay, I'm playing these 3 notes. And so I do the minor chord one, and we put it on A, and play along with song We Will Rock You. And so we'll start, and I'm like, you'll know exactly what to do when you get there. And so I tell them they can play any of those 3 notes. And at first we play bum, 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 bum. And they, you know, sometimes they use their fingers and their first fingers or whatever. But as long as they can keep it in the same spot, it's fine, because it'll go along with it. And then about halfway through, I'll tell them they can improvise, so they can do anything on those 3 notes that they would like to, and so then they can make up their own rhythms. And that's a really fun way to get them kind of reeled in. Then on Friday, we are going straight to the keyboards again. We are reviewing what we learned about where the notes are. I'm writing down who was able to find the notes quickly. We're going over hot cross buns one more time. And then full disclosure, my plan was to find a 2-chord song. And I have not had a single class that has gotten to go to the pianos twice, because again, it's just been a crazy month with PBISs and with random things that I have to do, and with teachers being out. And so it's just been like crazy town. And so just like, it just hasn't happened. So I never bothered to find a 2-chord song, but I should look for one. It will not be this week, maybe next week. We'll see. And then when they're done with that, then we have our game time, where they get to pick a game. So hopefully they get to go to the keyboards twice, and then they'll know a little bit about the pianos. And then next time we can kind of start where they left off. Again, I'm not great at teaching group piano. I've tried it like every year, and I've had like completely different approaches every year. So if you have any tips for that, or you have seen any videos or blog posts about it, like let me know down below in the comments. I've tried lots and lots of different things, and I will say it works best if I have them kind of working together. I think I'm gonna break down this year and put the letters on the keys. I know that all the piano teachers are gonna kill me for that, but you know, I think it might, I figure, you know, like on the violin, we put the little stickers to help the kids find their notes. And on the ukulele, I do it. So I was like, well, why don't I put them on the keyboards? So I might just put them on, probably on D, because D is in the doghouse. That's always what we find first. Or maybe on C, because that's more normal. I don't know. Give me your tips down below, because I'm trying, and I have tried many times, and I've tried many different times, many different ways, and it's still a hot mess. So you know what, it's fine. We're gonna get there one day. One day I'll figure out how to teach group piano. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was a helpful video. I feel like in general my 5th grade lessons have just been like all over the place. But I have a goal in mind. We're just trying to get there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.